They be on that rap to pay the bill. And I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you so, but still so down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean no way up. Yeah, the six ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. Lay up. I been Steph Curry with the shot, big with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pop, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with what? Yeah, really with the. I should probably sign a hit, boy, cause I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you gotta chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight.
Well,
and as we take a few moments here, Shaq, the term basketball IQ is constantly thrown around these days. What exactly is meant by that? Because I don't have it.
Ernie, I have no idea. You know, you can be smarter than me if you want to. You can be a Rhodes Scholar, but you know what I will do to you. Doesn't necessarily mean.
And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. So for the Celtics, their last game a win against the Rockets in Houston. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Damian Lillard out there with Monroe. Then there's Bird. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Garnett in at the power forward. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Boston. Bird outside. Monroe outside. Shot clock at 6. Garnett outside. Lillard attacking. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And O'Neal gets it to go.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
And Pippen with the basket. The assist by Abdul-Jabbar. Pippen's got his first 2 points of the night. It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential. They put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Iverson, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Another basket here, and they have really come out of the gates fast in the first quarter, Kevin. You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
Not a fast start for the Mavericks. Still without a basket in the game, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And really lucky that they weren't blown out in that game, because I just thought
they just couldn't hit on anything that worked for them, no matter what approach they used.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
For the Mavs, and that 70% shooting from 12 feet and in, a lot of dirt-type push shots from their guards will do that.
It isn't the most efficient shot by analytics, but there is a lot to be had in the mid-range. If teams only protect the three and the rim, you can feast on them with the little short push shots, and the Mavs did that last season.
A different look for Dallas. Arian comes in for Chamberlain, and Dennis Johnson's subbed in for Lillard. They set the pick. The drive by Monroe. And that one comes up a bit short.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Poked away. Dishes it to Stockton. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
Some changes for Boston. Jordan comes in for John Stockton. And Paul subbed in for Iverson. Dallas also making some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Garnett. And Ryder subbed in for Monroe. Now here's Paul. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Nice ball movement by Boston. Again, the Celtics good for two.
Making 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
A chance now to go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
For them to be successful, Kevin, he said they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees every time the ball gets in the post. If they don't collapse in their post threats, he knows they're in for a long game. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
Here's the teardrop.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
Here's Bird. And nothing but hair on that one.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
We're at the end of the first quarter. And what a blowout already in this one. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his coach instilled in him.
He trusts you every time he dunks the ball.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Garnett, also Chamberlain out there. Damian Lillard out there with Marion, and it's Ryder in at the 2-guard spot.
And we've seen Dallas just be fantastic since the start of the new millennium. Year in and year out, they seem to always win 50 games. Hit that mark again last season.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Ryan, he's checked in for Pippen. And Iverson's subbed in for Paul. And Dallas with a change here, too. Monroe's checked in for Ryder. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Marion. Bryant with the rebound. Boston's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. And now Bryant pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
Out to Marion. Back to Garnett. There's the dish to Marion. Abdul-Jabbar with the block. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Chamberlain with the block.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
Dallas shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Free throw good. Damian Lillard.
And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands. Always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping. And he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
It's Marion with the drive. Abdul-Jabbar with the block. Lillard misses. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And Bryant the bucket on the assist by Iverson. Iverson's got his 5th assist in this one. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg is talking about. And Clark, he keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Iverson. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Dallas. Bird comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Bird with the jam.
Ooh, and that dunk had some anger to it. I mean, usually he's content to just go up and get the finish with the soft touch.
Not that time. The big man looked like he had something to prove there.
Well, when it comes to finishing ability, he does have something to prove. He's been known to trick some layups here and there.
Irving's checked in for Jordan. And Dallas with a change here, too. Johnson's checked in. Monroe with it, picked up by Bryant. And now Bryant pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The shot by Lowry, no good. For Dallas, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Monroe against Bryant. Garnett, the screen. Monroe outside. 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Riders checked in for the Mavericks. And Bryant kicks to Lowry. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
How long y'all been asleep?
The actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Bird dishes to Ibaka. It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. And finished off by Bryant.
No!
Great job of just keeping the pressure up on the scoreboard.
And that's
Dunked on. They were trying to get dunked on. Him and Pocket and Drew. But Mom. I won't go in there, I won't swim, I just play. I won't go in the deep end.
why they're starting to pull away. I mean, not becoming conservative at all. Just adding to the lead. I love seeing a team do that.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Irving, powered down with both hands.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
On the wing, Johnson. While recovering, Johnson, the pass to Bird. Johnson attacking. And the quarter ends with some stifling. And so a pretty lopsided.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the
Oh
2K
my
Sports
God.
Halftime Show.
I've been talking for a while, people, but
They ended up scoring 14 unanswered points, really doing damage early. The effort, the intensity, impressive. They delivered a real beatdown in the first quarter, ending with a whopping lead. Later in the second quarter, what a surge. I mean, you have runs and you have flat-out overpowering onslaughts. This was the latter as they closed out the half on a brutalizing 19-3 run. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
what you need me to get?
Went out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume.
I want me something
It's a
too.
runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
And Shaq, what did you see from And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get.
All right, how about going? Ugh.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far to the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
They've got Pippen. O'Neal is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Van and Stockton. And it's Iverson in at the point. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half.
You know, you look at what they're doing, and it's easy to see why they want to run right now.
And guys, 9 straight points for them on fast breaks. You can't blame them for getting out.
And Lillard kicks to Bird. There's a screen. To the paint. Rebound Boston. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
And it wasn't a matchup they fared well in last year, as they just couldn't figure this team out.
0-2 for them in this matchup last year, Greg. Both teams fighting every second of the way to push into the playoffs in their respective conferences.
Sean Marion is checked in for Bird. The Celtics have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Free throw good, Iverson. Mavs made the playoffs again last season. 14th playoff berth for them in the last 15 years, and only the San Antonio Spurs have made more, Greg, over that time frame.
Yeah, and they had a tough first-round opponent in the number 2 seed, Houston.
Where that money at? You want to take these off? What's that smell? What you getting me? Might give you a Fago, 50 something thing. What you want, Mom? How much they cost? What? The Fagos. Fagos cost $1. They probably want something. What kind they got? Peach, get 2 peach Fago. And I don't know if you want that. But it's peach watermelon. It's not just regular peach? Oh, I think it is. Take it in for me. Don't call me. Which store you want to? Arch. It's on the charger one time, I'm here. Oh yeah, one and they got strawberry banana. Strawberry banana. And look for, if they got a 99-cent Mountain Dew, get no help to get that. If they don't. did you get? You just hung up. Your dad don't want no, that's what I'm saying, he don't want no purse. Did you pay for it already? Put that back. That's what I'm asking you. Did he like the what's the name that you got? Did he like that before? Okay, get him a little can soda. A Mountain Dew, I mean a Pepsi or Mountain Dew in the can. All right. You had called me? Alright. Okay. I took forever. Why you got them chips? I didn't see them last week. Oh, they were out? You got 10 cents back. That was 99 cents. And I got a kilo. Shack punch. I'm trying to add this stuff. And this stuff is good. You wanna taste it? I am so sorry I've been going that long. I forgot I was even on air. Now back to this video.
Between the 2 and the 7 seeds.
I should just end this thing. We're going in.
Jordan's checked in.
Well, what time are we going to get the
Will it go? And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Pippen.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Iverson dishes to Pippen, and he gets it to go. Pippen's got 11.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game.
They've had a clear
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Monroe, the pass to Lillard. Wide open. And that misses everything. And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team.
What the heck? How you missed that dunk? Come on, Scotty. Not supposed to miss those. Why could you let it go?
Is that it, Clark? What's your read on that?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare.
No.
Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately, it does come down to that, being able
Scottie
to
Pippen hurt.
the rough spots. winning is the best elixir for that. Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Monroe with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Marion setting the pick for Monroe. The wide open look here for Marion. Dallas again missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
9 assists. 9 assists. 9 assists.
Easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here. And defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies.
The drive by Monroe. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Iverson. Iverson's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Let's go. I got a double-double. I got a double-double. I got a double-double.
Foul number 2 for him. Paul's checked in for Boston. Dallas also making some changes. Baca comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Ryder subbed in for Monroe. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And Lillard kicks to Chamberlain. Passes it to Ryder. 6 to shoot. Ibaka goes in. And that one is hammered home.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take no chance slam by the big fella.
The shot's good from Paul.
But we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Jordan. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 5 assists tonight.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Ball against Lillard. Lets it go from deep.
No.
Ryder, no good. Celtics on offense. They're on a 20-4 run right now. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now Lillard. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's Chamberlain, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Here's Ryder. No good, trying to beat the buzzer.
Ooh, man, if he would have made that, man, I would have been mine, man.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Boston with the ball. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Baca is out there with Finley. Then there's Teague. Then there's Johnson. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot, manning the middle. Teague drives in. Ibaka wide open. He fires. And it comes off the front of the rim. Boston's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Hit his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who may not be doing as well.
Here's Johnson.
You got some noodles? Oh, yeah. Not right now.
Left to the wing. Pass to Teague.
Not right now. But yeah, I'll give me a cup. After I finish this game, it shouldn't be like that.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Dang, I hit that ball far. Growing up can be a thing.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
You just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist
But
rate.
Chris Paul got
well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
And it's
Get that stuff out of there.
It's out of bounds.
Yes, I don't know.
The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Teague dishes to Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And he's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor. And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce. He can get in there and grab a few more. And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Second chance shot. And it's Vucevic missing. Boston's gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. And good on the basket. Book it.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
T kicks to Johnson. Knocks it loose. Paul with the steal. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Didn't think that was going to go in. Paul's got 10 points in just the second half.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Lets it go. And again, it's Boston converting.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And the foul called on Mr. Move. That's foul number 2. For him.
It's still pretty early to judge, but so far the 2014 draft class has lived up to the hype. The top guys were as good as promised, and a lot of talent down later in the draft as well.
Allen's checked in for the Celtics. Lowry comes in for Paul. Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. With the 2014 draft class, Clark, it was so hyped up, a lot of teams probably didn't care that they were losing some games at the end of the year, as they themselves were testing some younger players on their roster.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. And you look at the guys from that class, many of them have star potential.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jordan, he's checked in for O'Neal. Holiday comes in for Irving. Iverson's checked in for John Stockton. And Paul subbed in for Tony Allen. And that one's good.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You want to be aggressive offensively, but at the same time, you need defensive balance so you can get back in transition.
Poked loose and taken away by Paul.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips, but those turnovers could have been avoided.
Absolutely. They've got to get a tighter handle on the ball.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Some room here for Ibaka, and no good. Trying to use the glass. Boston's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Boston.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was from Mr. Perfect. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and he's been...
No! Stop. Stop.
a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Shaq's checked in for Jordan. Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Drew Holiday. Irving's checked in for Paul. And it's Stockton in for Iverson. For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
Boston making a switch here. Paul's checked in. Three-pointers. Stockton. Count that one.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Collison, the pass to Ryder. Picked by Vucevic. And Ibaka kicks to Finley. That's tipped. Here's Ryder. Missed. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the
2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so is Shaquille O'Neal. Time now for some highlights as we take a look at our Jordan player of the game. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game. How'd you feel about his performance, Kenny?
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this guy. Wow. You get jealous. He feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
When we get here from Walmart, I don't know, don't aggravate me. Chris Paul. Going up into your pain. What the? Growing up can be a pain. We got line on. No! Oh, it's not.